Hey guys, Free Kong here, back with another video, and we are going to be running a little bit of 10-0 Blitz today. Hopefully the lag is a lot better. I've still been downswinging a lot recently, finding it somewhat hard to control entitlement tilt, and so we're going to be working a little bit just on managing tilts and hands that we should just be winning, or hands that our opponent misplays, and just move on from there. So I guess here we go. With that in mind, I think a large portion of your advantage in lower stake games will be mentality. And so controlling tilt is a huge thing because, especially lower stakes, it gives us a massive advantage against our opponents. Here with ace king, let me just close this because it's popping up over here. Ace king, of course, we're going to be 3-betting. And we can go bigger size, we can go about this sizing. I think GCO Wizard probably wants us going bigger, but I think this is fine. And if he 3-4 bets, he 4 bets. We'll be raising, of course, this hand. This hand will be raising 2. Interesting seeing Karl Marx in the pool. This guy's quite crazy. Here we're just going to be ending up folding if we get 3-bet. Yeah. For the smaller sizing, I think ace-3 suited is going to be borderline against the smaller sizing. But we're going to fold here. Aces here, we're going to, of course, raise it up. Calls here. I like a smaller size c-bet on this board. We're doing this to range, so I don't mind aces taking this line too. I could be going bigger with aces. And if we get raised, of course, we're just calling. Nice. Take it down. Here with the king-9, of course, opening. I apologize if you hear footsteps in the background. I'm actually in a study room at my college. So if it's a little noisy, shouldn't be that noisy, but if it's a little noisy, people are walking by. For me, I like actually playing in areas that are kind of open, not by myself. Oh, what the fuck's going on? I just like being around people when I'm studying or doing whatever, even if it's not actually hanging out with them. Just take it down, unfortunately. Okay. Fold here. Fold there. Yeah, and a lot of people, so I posted a graph of my first like 75K hands on Reddit or so, and people were commenting that it was very impressive. And to be honest, I don't really feel like, I mean, this is gonna sound a little bit like bragging, but I don't really even feel like it's that impressive. I feel like I could be playing a lot better. Here on this board, I imagine we have, this is an interesting spot that I actually want to look up afterwards because I'm a little bit confused as to what to do on this board. I imagine we have a lot of checks on this board though. We have the king jack, and when he bets big, pretty easy fold. Out of position hands, of course, are just going to be tougher. We're going to be doing a lot more folding, unfortunately. King jack, not a hand necessarily we love on that board. Now I'm wondering if range-wise we can start betting that board because it's somewhat of a disconnected board. I mean, there is some connection, but there's also a lot of disconnection. Here, of course, calling. Here, I guess there is some merit to betting small, maybe. And then here, I think King Jack gets there, we're blocking it. I guess we go for a value bet. Although I don't really know what's calling us, but maybe I should check turn and then bet river, I don't know. It's again an interesting spot. I do want to look up that hand though, because I think I might be having to bet a lot. Against a whale, I'm going to be folding a lot more of this kind of stuff because he's just not going to fold this shit. What the fuck is this? This is so crazy. 2x with ace queen. I'm honestly going to fold just because I don't think it plays well. But this is just so close. I don't really know what to do in this kind of spot. It's definitely very weird. King queen, of course, we were supposed to call. Here, I imagine that we can do some middling size betting. I imagine we might be even checking on this board. Here, I think I prefer to go bigger. We do bet. And I like going bigger just because we block ace queen, we block queen 10, we block a lot of his ace x. So I don't mind it. That's a board I'm going to be checking a lot on though. Okay. 6-7 suited. I'm so far going already okay. I mean, I feel like my mentality is... I took a break for a little bit because I was just getting very frustrated. There were just a couple of hands that were kind of just really annoying. We lost a bunch of full house versus full house, so there's not really much to do, and then you get kind of angry about it. King 8 on this board. I assume that we should be actually c-betting this board a lot, even against a weaker player. I'm just checking the turn. Here we're going to be squeezing. I don't really understand what has this sizing, that's fine. Here we see a very good board for our range, but not necessarily our hand. I don't mind checking this board actually. And when we check, I think we have a pretty easy call. And on the river, I'm just going to be checking this one down. I hate it. I think we're winning always, but it's just what it is. I don't think we're really getting much value, to be honest. Very weird hand. Maybe I should be a little bit less nitty. I just don't think he's calling that. And he shouldn't, to be fair, he shouldn't be calling that on the river. So we're looking at like Jack X, which I don't think he'd bet that sizing with. Ace Queen. I mean, what the fuck is this flop? This is the most horrendous flop for Ace Queen. Although we might actually have to continue. King, I think we're just checking this hand, to be honest. Even though I've got good blockers and stuff. Here, putting in a c-bet and likely barreling a lot of turns and folding here. He has a lot of like smaller pocket pairs that don't want to be calling or doing anything. With Queen Jack of Hearts, I think we have a mandatory call and a raise. Nice. Like, and all his pocket pairs pretty much have to fold for that sizing because we just have that board so locked up beyond belief. It's crazy. Of course, here we'll be getting this one in. Raising out of position here. If he does weird shit, he does weird shit. Jack 8-3 should be better for his range than ours, so I am going to check this one. And then end up calling probably a smaller size bet. I think we do it to continue for this sizing. Put us exactly on ace king, and if he bets, we're out. But we have hands that we can just be checking back here that are very nutted, so I'm not worried about getting exploited, to be honest. I don't really know who wants to bet this sizing. The sizing doesn't make sense to me. But I think that we just set ourselves up to a point where it's just not even helpful. And we have a lot of just calls there on the turn. We can be checking back a lot of our strong holdings, including draws, including whatever. So I don't mind it. I don't really mind folding. Here with tens, just going to be calling 3-bet. You don't have to be aggressive on every flop. 7-9 suited, check here. Ace Jack will be 3-betting out of position a lot here. I'm going to size up a little bit. Nice. Folding here. Now I'm wondering on that Jack 8-3 board if we should bet. The issue is that I am barreling the queen turn. I just don't think this kind of player is going to be folding, and he's going to get himself into a mentality where he's going to tilt so hard that I think that we're not doing very well. Here we're going to I'm almost sure we're going to get squeezed. Wow, I didn't get squeezed. Here, I guess we're going to go for the 1/2 sizing on this board, multi-way. And if we get raised, we're just folding. And now we're going to go into check mode, I think. Definitely calling the turn. Don't think there's much to do here. You should see a lot of checkbacks if he doesn't have it. So here, it's weird. I don't really see what we're beating for this sizing, so I'm just going to fold. But I'm actually going to put in a check raise here. Just because we're blocking a lot of hands, we can get improved, stuff like that. Calls. Here it's weird. I guess we're just going to block here. And here we have a mandatory check. I don't love it. I think we're losing to a queen always, but it's what it is. You have to have some mixed raises in there. I could be checking the queen board over here. I just don't think I have to call river with that run out. Let's see, we're going to get 3-bet here a lot, unfortunately. 10-9. This board, we could be betting, we could be checking. I think he's going to do a lot of leading without really knowing why he's leading. Because we're going to, this technically speaking, is just as good for our range as it is for his. In the sense that it's, at least I think, if I'm not correct, I think with this hand we want to be checking. But with a lot of hands we can be betting. Depending on sizing, we might actually have to call turn. Don't know. I don't know. This man is going to, for sure, I'm almost positive we're going to see a bluff here. I think I am going to end up calling this one, and then possibly bluffing rivers. Here we're just easy calling down. I'm going to put a value bet here. Just because I think he's not folding his 6, his 5s, his whatever. So I think that we can get into a point where you're making a lot of money doing this. Yep. Okay. This could be a punt. I maybe should just be folding turn, to be honest. Don't know. But yeah, just getting into a bunch of just really weird spots out of position. Like here it's just going to be a bizarre spot, most likely. But we're going to have to bet the flop here. And then just hate life if we get raised. Absolutely hate life if we get raised. I think I'm just going to fold this. Yeah, there's just no point. I don't have good equity. He's just going to have all the sats, and I really don't feel like calling. I just don't think people have enough bluffs. Maybe I'm punting. I don't know. Here, I'm going to put in... I don't really know what to do here. I don't know if I'm supposed to bet. I don't really know. I'm just going to check this one down. I could be bluffing this combo. Maybe I should, to be honest, because it's just kind of like King X now. It's just going to win. But it's what it is. So yeah, maybe I'm just also a little more nervous and scared. Could be why I'm not playing as well. I don't know. I'm also just getting into just some really... I mean, even already, it's just some really dumb situations where it's just like, you know... I don't really know what's going on. Bad aims, we're just going to be calling Queen, King suited on the button. Yeah, and this is really annoying, but it's what it is. Are we going to get fucking raised here? What's going on? Yep. Pretty easy call here, I think, on the button. King, Queen suited. If Adams calls out of position, this is just really poor by him. The shitty thing is he's going to have all of this, and we're, of course, going to have none. But it's really just shit. My Adams. He's going to bet here. I don't understand why he's betting. He's going to bet, I'm pretty sure. But he has none of... Oh, wow. Interesting. Do I have to bluff this if I'm check to? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't like this combo to bluff. I don't really see us blocking anything that matters. So, yeah, this is really annoying. This kind of spot is just so annoying where I get multi-way with King Queen suited, where it's like I'm facing an aggressive opponent who I'm not going to be folding out enough hands with. So because of that, King Queen doesn't play super well as I think a 4-bet. But it's just getting into these really annoying spots where I'm multi-way, where people don't respect raises, people don't whatever, is very annoying for me. I think this works well, just a call. And we're going to be in another really annoying spot here where we're just going to lose a lot of money because we have to call our Jack X. Like, this is really annoying already. You see, I'm like physically in pain here. No. Let's see. 3.5, probably standard sizing. I would like you to raise so I can just leave this hand. No. Of course I can't. Ah, that's a good turn. Call here. And here we have a very easy jam on river. If he has like a hand like kings. Oh. I don't think he's gonna be folding his like aces, yeah. And to be fair, he shouldn't. So very nice, very nice. Look at that fucking cooler working on our way. That's a huge cooler, to be fair. I mean, like, he has the second nuts. Although, when we're jamming there, like, if he really is thinking, like, if he's really thinking, what are we jamming there? If you know us as a player, like, what are we jamming there that makes sense that you're beating? I mean, like, yeah, you have the second nuts, but still. Here, just probably check folding. I don't understand. You don't necessarily have a c-bet size on this board, but whatever, I guess we're folding. It's just not a good hand, I think, to bluff. Maybe it is okay in the sense that we have some backdoors of like a jack hits, but I think we don't have to always bluff this combo. Let's see here. Sometimes here, I think we can be checking back this board at some frequency, so I will. And now I'm just going to bet big on the turn. I'm like, please don't raise us. Okay. Nines facing bigger stacks. This again is just a really annoying spot where I feel like I'm just going to be folding a lot more just because we're out of position. Even though I'm pretty sure we're not really supposed to fold this hand that much. Maybe it's like a small frequency fold, but I feel like out of position where people are not going to be respecting 3-bets and whatever. And people are just going to be very stationary on flops and stuff. It's just, we're losing money. That's why I really just like to be in position. Position matters so much, especially in low stakes. We can 3-bet this hand. We could also call. Also fold. You can do all the above. I'm going to opt for a call. This should be a board he's c-betting like a lot. Really? I'm not buying this shit. I am not buying this shit, bro. We have no 10x. To be fair, he may have some 10x. Here we're going to be c-betting small. I think we can also check this board at some frequency. We can do either. I don't mind doing either. Maybe actually checking is better. I don't know. We can also c-bet though. Thing is, I don't really see, like, a lot of his hands that he's not folding are actually going to be doing pretty well against our range. Or at least our particular holding. See, he's going to have a lot of 9x. He's going to have some queen x. He's going to have some jack x. All the stuff that you're drawing. So maybe, if anything, I like a bigger sizing. I don't know. Now that I think about it. Although, like, in terms of, like, the ranges, our hand pretty much hits that board decently well. So, I don't know. It's definitely a weird spot. Faux show. Oh no, Discord. Folding twos here. King it off. Ace suit will be raising. Check 2 like that. Ace 2 suited, I think, is just a call against the 3-bet. I could be wrong. It might be just a fold, and it might be a fold or 4-bet. I don't know. I need to definitely work on small blind versus big blind. I just think that it's, especially at this stake, it's such a profitable spot. Like it's not gonna be profitable, of course, because of rake and whatever, and you're giving up blinds and whatnot. But it's such a profitable spot because no one knows what they're doing. Like no one knows the defend ranges and the 4-bet ranges. Here we're just gonna be calling. 7-6 plays pretty well multi-way. Don't think we need to squeeze. And of course, folding 10 bets. He has a lot of just range bets on board. Surprised he doesn't go for it. We're definitely not betting this turn. Our hand doesn't really want to do, it's just a pure bluff. We don't have spades, we don't have anything, we have no sort of draw. No reason to bet, especially multi-way. So we just fold. And we move on. Call, ace 10. I don't think we really want to be doing much raising. And this is really weird when he donks out. Like, I'm thinking draws, I'm thinking... this shouldn't really complete much. He has only have 3-4. I'm not thinking 5s and 6s. Okay. I assume we just bet big. We hope that he has 2 pair. It's looking like it's 7-8. I think he just literally had 7-8. He should be checking this board somewhat. I don't think he really will because he doesn't know. Oh wow, good for you. And here I think we probably have to bluff. I like this sizing. We have 5s and 6s that want to be going this way. And when I do bluff, I think I want to be going pretty big on river. Yep. Nice. The reason is that my hands that do want to be betting that river are going to be a lot more polar. I think with queens we're supposed to get it in here. Again, I don't know how good it is considering that no one bluffs small blind versus big blind. So, I mean, like they're bluff raising. They're not doing much bluffing in general. And it always like it's so annoying because I really am. I know I'm supposed to be probably widening up my calling ranges against aggressive people. It's just out of position. It's so hard with like a hand like ace jack to do well. And I know it's a fold. Like I know it's a fold for sure. But it's still just so hard to be monitoring kind of what we should be doing with these kind of hands. 10-9 suited. I think this is a call, and I think we're supposed to be 3-betting our like lower suited connectors. I think 5-4. I think is raising almost purely, if I'm not mistaken. And here we have a lot of calls, of course, with 10s. And if he squeezes, I'm gonna fold 10s, and it's just such a strong range. Here it's a weird board where we should be c-betting pretty much range, I think, a lot. Same with this one, where I don't think necessarily have a lot of folds. And I mean, I don't understand what he's doing, but it's fine. We can just easily fold. And pretty sure we're just supposed to check the turn. Maybe because I don't have diamonds, I prefer bet. I guess we're checking. And there we go. That's a gin card. He's gonna call his Jack X, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going big. 10-7. What a great check by him, though. Like I think that's a pretty strong check. And the reason is that he loses less value against houses now. Plus, maybe I should just overbet, to be honest. I probably should just overbet. I just didn't think he was capable of checking back a flush. But the reason why is that you're actually, technically speaking, not beating any value that wants to be betting that river. Like, I'm not value betting a jack. I'm value betting my houses, and I'm value betting their flushes. So the hand like 10-7, it actually just pretty much becomes a bluff catcher. And so if we're turning into a bluff catcher, you want to just be checking and just hoping that I bluff it and then calling my bluff, right? But in that case, I should be betting bigger, I think. Against a fish here, play lead 6, probably just calling. And we're gonna see big bets on this board, even if he doesn't have it. And again, you shouldn't really be big betting this board, but it's fine. You can just move on. Because we can be defending with all our like ace-x and whatever that just wants to call. So I'm gonna be very annoyed here because we're just gonna be in a really annoying spot, I think, against Irishmen most likely. This man is just not going to fold to our 3-bets, and he's going to be out of position. We're going to be out of position. And so it is what it is. Definitely calling against the 4-bet against Irishman, though. There's not really much to do. I don't mind c-betting this board. He's going to have some Jack-10. I think we could also just be calling. And just calling the turn. Yeah, we're just going to be all on here. I think I'm going to fold this. I just don't think that our hand plays pretty well. He's going to have a lot of stuff that just... I'm just 2-pair. Ace-queen, betting that sizing. Wow. Interesting. We should be betting to the turn. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing given ace-king there. I just think the 5 of hearts is... I mean, I guess it's pretty irrelevant. We really shouldn't have backdoor hearts. So maybe we can bet the turn. I don't know. I'm just thinking that our hand, not like at that point, ace-king is not necessarily even that much of a value hand. Him betting ace-queen there is very ambitious. I don't understand what you're really getting value from. So here, pretty good board for us. Should see a lot of... a lot of folds is what I was going to say. And I could actually even 3-bet this hand if he raised me on the flop. It just has it's such a good hand to 3-bet. We're blocking a lot of his raises. His 8x, his whatever. So... and we're actually doing pretty okay today. Damn, I honestly have not even been paying attention to, let me just make sure we're going. We are going beautiful. I was about to say, for 27 minutes and we haven't been going. I haven't really even been paying attention to sex. I think I've just kind of been playing, which is nice. And the nice thing about me creating these videos, I think as I've said in the past, is that it really helps me manage kind of my thought process and what's going on. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm making this for people to watch, but it's also a way for me to just get out my thoughts and talk through what I'm doing and then to review kind of the thought process of what I'm doing. Here, we're just going to be calling, especially deeper, in out of position. It's Friday again. See any 3-bets here? I would really like to play this hand. This hand plays so well, but can't play. We can't play it. Yeah. Especially like if he re-raises now and he has the knots. Looks like he does not have the knots. This is annoying because we're supposed to 4-bet this hand against this player. Okay, I think against this player we're just going to go big and try to get it in. Yeah, I mean there's a sizing tell, but it's what it is. I think actually like I probably don't want to go that big GTO wise, but I think that I want to be going probably like a half sizing. I think makes a lot of sense. There's draws there. There's hands that want to continue queen-x. I think that we do not want to be using necessarily a 1/3 sizing on that flop. Maybe I'm just punting. Here, we're probably mixed opening this at this stake. And we're probably just going to pure defend 6-8 suited. This is just, what the fuck is this? This is a fish. I really need to be labeling people more often. This is really weird. Okay, here we're just going to fold. Here, I prefer a check and continue, I think. This guy's crazy, though. I recognize the name, he's crazy. I mean, this is a pretty good size for us to continue on. So we're just going to call. And we see a jam here. Probably fair enough. Okay. Yeah, not much to do here than fold. This is a set. This is just a set. Ah, didn't mean to do that. Oops. Oops, exploit me, please. Exploit me, please. Alright, folds. I assume we're just gonna see folds here. This guy's just gonna fold. He calls. Uh-oh. I don't think you're ever winning, bud. I would fold. Whoa, he checks the turn? What is going on? Calls. Checks the river. All in. What? What wants to do this? He's not calling his stats. I assume he should be raising, even on this board. He's like 7-9 or something. What is this? This makes no sense. This makes no sense. I don't understand how you don't have a set here. I don't understand what's raising this flop. 8-10? 8-10 maybe? He just folds. Wow. Wow, wow, wee, wow. What a hand. A snap jam all in. Very weird. Very weird hand. Yeah, what should I do here? Yeah, spots like that, maybe I'm overfolding against. It's just so weird. Ugh, I hate this. Maybe I even just like calling, to be honest. This might be so bad, but I'm out of position against someone who I know is going to be very stationary. Cool. Yeah, I'm just checking this one down. I think a lot of our ace-6 suited just wants to see a flop, to be honest. Karl Mux is not. Here I'm picking probably bigger sizing. Cool. I'm very interested to see what he limps. 6s. Oh my god. Imagine not betting that turn. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. We're gonna 3-bet. Oh, he calls. This is not ideal. Okay. We're gonna go 4 ways to. Okay, thank you. I actually just did not want to play this hand, to be honest, so thank you for raising. No folds ever here, right? No folds. Yeah, no folds. Hey, what the fuck is this? This is what I mean. I don't know how to play these kind of hands. I really need to like focus up on what to do. It just makes my life really, really hard. And he has none of. He should never be flatting here, I don't think. And then if we get, of course, 4-bet, we're just in a really tough spot where it's just like we have to fold our hands. Yeah, I mean, like this is really easy. He's gonna fold too. Bottom should be folding. Yeah. Okay. Again, just like I really need to look up these spots. I don't know how to review them. If anyone has any ideas, I know like no one's commenting on these because no one's looking at them. If anyone has any ideas on what to do in like multi-way pots where there's non-GTO like plays, because I feel like I'm just getting absolutely wrecked in them. I feel like I'm just getting owned, and maybe you should be getting owned because if you go multi-way, it's just a bad idea in terms of your win rate. Like you're just gonna be losing a lot more. But I just feel like I'm just kidding. I don't know what to do. In certain hands, like if I'm thinking about my range, it's a lot hard to construct ranges for 3 people, especially when someone's doing something that they should not be doing. This is close. I guess we'll call this time. If I do either here, I do like a raise, I think. Blocking a lot of hands that are just gonna fold. Ace-X. Whatever. If he 3-bets us, he 3-bets us. 4. I think I can check the 4. He's gonna have a lot of. We don't really have a lot of 4s. He doesn't really improve our hands, so I'm just gonna check the 4. And the Jack. I think this is just a give up type hint. He's gonna have like a lot of 10x, probably ace-X. If he has ace-X, it's well. There we go. This is bizarre. What the fuck is this sizing? 15.6. What the hell? What the hell? So yeah, just some this kind of shit has just been happening where it's just like I have to be folding a lot of my hands just because they're doing this insane shit. Where it's like 19.6 with almost any hand besides the nuts is just a really bad idea. Queen 5 suited, probably 3-bet. I don't know against Karl Marx if I want to be 3-betting now. Karl Marx. Oh, definitely raising is fine. Against the aggro fish, probably call. Against this guy, I'd probably fold. I think he might be even worse. Ugh, it's just small sizing too. But I don't think there's much to do for us to fold besides if he calls. I mean, like, it's just spots like this where I'm not really sure what to do. Like, I know he can call this sometimes. I think we're mostly folding, so I'll end up folding. But I don't know what's going on here. Unless someone decides to just cold call. Fuck this AFK, is my note on him. It looks like he's somewhat AFKing right now. Yeah, that he's getting up for a 4-bet. Let's go with fold 9s. I'm supposed to fold 10s there, I think, too. Okay. Definitely calling here with Jack Queen in position. Here we're gonna be going for a small bet on the flop. Even with Jack Queen, just because we hit 10s, we hit backdoors. We don't really necessarily need protection, but the nice thing is that we would be doing this with pretty much every hand that we have. Watch me better that flop, I think. Besides maybe exactly the nuts, but I still think the nuts wants to bet. Alright. I do probably have to wrap this up. I have something to do within the next 10 minutes, but I play 10 minutes more and then call it a video. Not really that necessarily crazy spots. I don't think that this one is necessarily the most crazy of an episode, but definitely interesting to kind of think about some of the hands we talked through. Against the aggro fish, I think we still need to 3-bet this hand. I'm definitely not 3-betting properly, I think, from the big blind. I think I'm a lot. I'm way too tight, to be honest. Like, here we're supposed to be 4-betting this hand a lot, I think, but I think we'll just end up calling against whales. King 10 on this flop. I guess we're just going to be checking back a lot. We can also be going for a bigger size bet, which I guess we'll do. Here, out of position. I'm just going to go like this. I barrel the turn. So don't mind checking the turn at some frequency. I was just gonna check the turn, but I was gonna say, we have such a good bluff catcher, bro, or a bluff candidate, but it's just not this. We can't do this against this player. It's just whatever. Fold. Enjoy. I'm just gonna fold my 10s against the 4-bet. I just don't really see the point of doing anything, especially against people who are just under 4-bet. Like, hypothetically, when we 3-bet, we should probably be calling sometimes to 4-bet. I just don't think it's profitable. So, easy fold, and we move on. But yeah, a lot of just exploitably, like, just folding. A lot of stuff, unfortunately. We probably should be calling some pocket pairs against 3-bets, so I will start calling this one. Again, it's mostly folding, but I don't think we can just keep folding all our pocket pairs. Okay, now we're just getting a really good price to call. The 7s. Check, please. Please. This guy's a fish. Interesting turn. I think here we want to be checking. What do I do? I guess I fold considering that we can already be beat and the jack is not good for us. Very weird. Like these spots are just so crazy. Like this just doesn't exist in GTO land. This kind of shit. Like it's multi-way pots where I'm just getting absolutely owned, and I need to figure out what to do against them because single way pots I'm just crushing, and then I get in these pots with whales or multi-way pots where just I don't even know what's going on. It's just too much for me. Like I know here I'm supposed to be four bet. I'm supposed to four bet this hand. I think no ace jack suited maybe is just a call. I know ace queen suited for sure is a call. I think this is mostly calling. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, and we're just gonna raise this flop and get it in. I think. Yeah, let's just get it in. Let's go. You have overpair. We're doing very well. Oh, not against that hand, unfortunately. Aces we're not doing very well against. Yeah, I mean, we're going to lose sometimes. Aces is aces. But again, the most important thing for me to do there is just not to tilt. I think the jam there is fine. I think the call there is fine. I think either I can do either and I can be fine. Just sometimes he's going to have it and that's it. That is a flop that we do have to get it in on. Because against a hand like tens, we're doing very much. Oh my god, what is this? Oish, 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 oish. I honestly think I should be betting this flop. I think we're going to turn this one into a bluff. We're blocking a lot of their calls. We have outs to hit. Stuff. Now, if he has clubs, it's just going to be really annoying. If he raises us, it's going to be very annoying. I have to fold. But I think this hand works pretty well as bet on this board. So you're going to be betting that board. Ace jack. I'm going to check this one back. I have to conclude. If I'm checking a lot of hands, I have to include, I think, a strong hand in my check back range. So I'm going to check this one back. And hopefully let him bluff at it. Or maybe let him hit his flush at this point. Because who fucking knows? Definitely calling the turn. I'm really scared of a lot. I don't think I can fold this hand as played. We have good blockers. I don't like it when he bets, especially against an overbet. The pram probably has to be calling, at least sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Let's think this one through. Checks back the flop, bets small turn. You don't have a lot of ace X. I mean, this combo is just probably going to have to call. I don't think we're doing much folding. I mean, he's going to have a flush sometimes, and it's what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. I don't think we're doing much folding with that combo. So, that's fine. I mean, I don't know what to do. It's so unfortunate because it's like, this is the kind of hand that's just been fucking me over where I check and I'm correct. And then it gets to a point where it's like, do I cooler myself in the mentality that I'm calling, or do I just fold that hand, which has like incredible blockers, and I'm completely underrepresented my hand by checking on the flop. So, like, what do I do, you know? It's weird. And this is supposed to be 4-betting. I'm supposed to 4-bet this hand. I just don't know. So I'm going to probably wrap it up in the next 2 minutes or so. Session was okay. Didn't go amazingly. That's what it is. Sometimes there's going to be sessions that don't go amazingly. Possibly because, well, mostly because of that fucking stupid-ass aces hand. But we still, I mean, I don't think it's the incorrect play. I think we played fine. It just sometimes you're going to get coolered. So... oh, tough sesh. And it's not even a tough session, the money we lost, because it's like we broke even pretty much. But it's a tough session, just like what is going on here? What do we do? Like, I know I'm supposed to be checking this board, right? And now he's just going to bet big because he thinks that we're capped. And we're going to be capped with a lot of our hands. Okay. And I assume we're just checking the turn. Like, what the fuck is this? We're going 3 ways to a flop of where we just absolutely eat shit. I think we have to bluff this river. We're going to be calling here. fuck? What the fuck? We'll be folding the turn here. This is just so weird. Such a weird hand already. Like, I'm just in nobody's land, no man's land as to what's going on here. I don't think I can bluff this. I think that this is just a really bad hand to bluff. And I feel like I'm supposed to be calling this at some frequency. We're going to be losing. Oh my god. Holy shit. Here we're supposed to be calling, I think, at some frequency. So I will call. And we will proceed to like lose all our money on this flop. Okay. I'm going to play this hand just completely GTO as I would. I think that this might be bad. I probably should be folding this ace-5 suited. But this side on this flop, I don't know. Definitely continuing on this turn. Don't think there's much folding to be done with ace-5. I think we do have to call. He's going to have like queens and kings sometimes, but I think we do have to call. I don't know. This could just be a massive punt. It could have been a massive punt. I don't know. This is not. This is just an overbet. He's going to have some bluffs here. I mean, we're going to, of course, call over 10, but... yeah, pretty easy call here. Let's see. Queen 8 suited for the bluff. All right, and I'm going to sit out the next hand on both these tables. And we're going to call it. Wondering what you guys think of the ace-5 suited hand, what you guys think of the other hands. I don't know, because I think he could be jamming ace-king on the ace-5 suited hand and flush draws, hypothetically, but we should. I guess he probably never just has those. We probably should just fold it. I don't know. Weird spot. We're gonna end up by calling this one, the sevens, and then moving on and just folding this flop. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do much on this flop. Maybe with the 7 of spades we have to call, depending on sizing. I guess we'll continue for the sizing and just probably folding the turn. He can have a lot of king X that he just wants to bet the turn with. Yeah, we're just folding the turn and moving on. So weird session where we probably about broke even. I'm gonna check right here. My account. I can't actually because I can't go to details. It shows you where I live. So I will not be going to my account unless I can go to. No, I can't. So I think we about broke even though. A couple of weird spots where I'm just not really sure what to do. Definitely want to improve multi-way. So if anyone has really good tips on what to do, I would love to hear your tips. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you in the next one.